Opposition leaders here at Queen's Park are calling on Premier Doug Ford to apologize for comments he made back in 2021 when Umar Zameer was freed on bail to await his trial. The Premier's public outcry at the time is being called inappropriate and offensive.
The Premier should apologize.
Opposition leaders demanding an apology for a tweet Premier Doug Ford sent almost 3 years ago. "This is beyond comprehension," he wrote. "It's completely unacceptable that the person responsible for this heinous crime is now out on bail. Our justice system needs to get its act together and start putting victims and their families first."
I know it's been a couple years, but as politicians, as people who are elected to represent the people, we do not wade into the courts.
The Premier's tweet was deleted soon afterwards and rephrased to say the person charged instead of the person responsible. At the time, the police chief called it an intentional and deliberate act. But opposition members say this serves as a prime example of why politicians should never wade into cases before the court.
It's inappropriate for any politician to comment on a legal proceeding, and this is exactly why. I think the Premier should apologize.
I hope that if the Premier takes any lesson from this, it's that it's best not to try to politicize a case that's underway.
Along with the Premier, former Toronto Mayor John Tory and Brampton Mayor Patrick Brown were also outspoken, calling the decision to release Zameer on bail disturbing. Brown released a statement today that didn't address those comments, but did say he continues to stand with the Northrop family. Zameer's lawyer tells CityNews the politicians who spoke out about the case resulted in both he and his client receiving hate from the public.
The people I blame the most are the politicians who knew better, who sounded off about this case, who presumed guilt, even though they knew nothing about the case.
The Ontario Liberals say this isn't the first time the Premier has interfered in the judicial process, pointing to controversial comments Ford has made in recent months that he wants like-minded Conservative judges appointed to Ontario's courts.
That the Premier somehow thinks that it's his job to be interfering with the courts, that that's his role, that he somehow doesn't understand how democracy works.
The Premier has yet to weigh in on Zameer's not guilty verdict. We did reach out to the Premier's office for a response, but didn't hear back before airtime. For City News, I'm Tina Yazdani.